Hi, my name is Espen. I was supposed to be one of the presenters for World Science Festival in Brisbane. Unfortunately, as you probably know by now, that was cancelled. But I'd still like to talk to you about some of the things that I do in my daily work and what I get up to. So I'm from Norway, and I did a lot of paleontology there before I came to Australia. So I worked on marine reptiles from the Arctic, 150 million year old ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs, up near the North Pole in a place called Svalbard. So I spent years up there digging in the snow and in the mud and ice and permafrost up there. Now I'm in Australia, so I've pretty much gone from the hottest or the coldest place on the planet looking for fossils to one of the hottest places on the planet looking for very similar kind of animals in the Cretaceous seas that were here covering Queensland 100 million years ago. The cool thing about Australia is that it's such a huge country and an untapped resource for paleontology. Just out the backyard here, only a few hours drive inland from where I am at the moment in Townsville, you can go into areas that no one's ever been looking for fossils at all, and you might be able to find dinosaurs or other animals that we didn't even know existed. So Australia is really a great place when it comes to paleontology for that reason. The other cool thing about Australia when it comes to fossils is that we have the oldest fossil life anywhere on Earth. So we have 3.5 billion year old stromatolites in Western Australia that are algal mats, bacterial algal mats. And we also have some of the oldest forms of multicellular complex life in South Australia. So we have a lot of really oldest and largest and very different types of animals and plants here in Australia. So one of the things I started working on when I first came here to the Queensland Museum is the marine reptiles from the inland sea that was here 100 million years ago in central Queensland and most of northern New South Wales. So back then the sea level was higher and some of the land masses were lower, which inundated much of inland Queensland. And we have ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs, which are types of marine reptiles from the era of reptiles in the Mesozoic. And a lot of these we find fossils of in inland Queensland at the moment. So coming from Svalbard, working on pretty much exactly the same animals, just slightly older, coming here and looking at what they looked like back 100 million years ago on the other side of the planet was something really cool I wanted to do. The great thing about working in paleontology these days is there's so much more new technology available to make our job easier. For instance, we can use drones to document field localities, and we can use cameras to document specimens, and we can use these images to reproduce all these sites and specimens in 3 dimensions, three-dimensional models that we can 3D print and study when we're back in the lab or the office. Another great technology that we have today at our hands is CT scanning. So we can use CT scanners that are in hospitals, for instance, or more specialized ones like synchrotrons that we have here in Melbourne and also one in Sydney. And we can use those to look inside the fossils that we find and extract the bones from the rock if we like, or look inside the heads, for instance, of little animals or big animals and see what they look like on the inside. So that was my story for today. I hope you find that interesting, and I hope to see you all at World Science Festival in Brisbane in 2021.